interpretive tradition that would inform the behavior of Jews all over the Mediterranean basin, and was so crucial for keeping them together as a community. Now, things begin to change significantly in the year 313 with the so-called Edict of Milan. This was essentially a decree by the Roman emperor, now much more enthusiastic about Christianity, to say that, you know what, maybe we should stop persecuting Christians. The Jews had an interesting carve-out in Roman law, because although they were, punished for their rebellions several times and cruelly treated, shipped off into slavery after those wars and so on, nevertheless, Jews were essentially eligible to reach citizenship, and more significantly, Judaism was considered a legitimate religion, religio lecita, which meant that the Jews were allowed, for example, to be exempted from official emperor worship. They didn't have to offer sacrifices to the emperor's statue. They didn't have to bow down to the emperor's statue, all kinds of things like that. Because people said, what are you going to do? Those are those crazy Jews. They have this really old religion that, I don't know, just says they can't do these basic civic duties. And so they had an exemption. Christians, however, were not recognized as Jews, especially as you move into the 2nd century. And so they were like, hey, what's wrong with you? You're not Jewish, and yet you're not worshiping the emperor? Not kosher. And so there's maybe they wouldn't say not kosher, but it was the kind of thing where they were exposed to tremendous persecution as a result. With the Edict of Milan, they were also recognized, creating a parity between Jews and Christians, which would ultimately result in, of course, Christianity having far more power as being aligned with the state as the official state religion later on, and that would put Jews at a distinct disadvantage. That especially happens when